Wolves 2, Burnley 0 in the Carabao Cup. And you know what? I think we needed that. I think we needed a good performance after Sunday's disaster 6-2 loss to Chelsea. There was a lot of players in that team tonight that were fighting for a chance to be in the first team because of the way we performed. The starting lineup, 10 changes, only 8 Nori kept his place from the starting 11 from the Chelsea game. We expected changes, and to be fair, I think we expected that many changes as well, with the priority being on the Forest game on Saturday before the international break. So we had Pedro Lima right back, Dawson back in at centre-half starting, Santi Bueno, who's obviously rumoured to go out on loan, 8 Nori, as I said, kept his place. Tommy Doyle, Boubacar Traore as the holding midfielders in a 4-2-3-1. Sarabia, Podence, Chiquinho, with Guedes leading the line up front. And a bit of a slow start, first 10 minutes, but then we really got into it. Chiquinho actually had a really good chance, a few step-overs, shot, decent save from the keeper. Pedro Lima had one tipped onto the post after a deflection from a rebound from a Podence shot. And we were dominating the first half. There's no doubt about it. We had most of the ball. Burnley had a few bits of spells of possession, but we were the more likely. We had way more shots than them throughout the whole game, and particularly in the first half. And Doyle had a bit of a long ranger, so we kept plugging away. But then Dawson, of all people, put a really good ball out to Pedro Lima to send him down the right wing. Pedro Lima uses his pace, gets it into the middle. Their keeper was a bit all at sea, but still, Guedes does well to tuck it home. And it was good to see Guedes score. Obviously, I'm still shocked that we're seeing him in a Wolves shirt. I never thought I would again, but here we are, and he had a really good game. Just on Pedro Lima as well. Got that assist, great cross of the ball, but throughout the whole game, he was absolutely brilliant. Such a good talent to have, and in a few years, I'm sure he's going to be an absolute monster. And maybe even now, he could be knocking on the door to be a starter. I know we've got Semedo and Doherty as our main right backs, but if Doherty had to cover left back for some reason and Semedo got suspended, obviously Pedro Lima might be used in the Premier League, but what a talent. So yeah, we dominated the first half. We're going to half-time at 1-0. Just at the end of the first half, Boubacar Traore did go down with an injury. He looked devastated to go off, and just as we've had a midfield injured, we are linked with Andre, a defensive midfielder. He should be signed before the Friday deadline, and now he's a really exciting signing. A lot of excitement for him online, so weird timing to be getting a midfielder now as one of our backup midfielders, arguably. No disrespect to Traore, goes down injured, but that'll be a cracking signing if we can get Andre in. I didn't even mention Bentley was in goal, and we were going to get Johnston, aren't we, from Crystal Palace? So if Bentley goes or if Sarr goes, then Johnston might be the new number one, but we'll see. But yeah, Bentley was in goal tonight. I thought he did quite well with his feet, actually, Bentley. His distribution of his feet. Didn't have too much pressure from Burnley. Obviously had a bit of a mixed up team, a few debutants playing too. But yeah, so first 10 minutes of the second half, I thought Burnley were on top. A lot of possession, trying to push towards our goal. Nothing really too threatening. But we did eventually get that second goal just to seal things. Podence, who I thought again had a good game, put a really good ball through, outside of his boot, defence splitting pass. Guedes goes through one-on-one, and I had flashbacks to his one-on-one against Rayo Vallecano in the friendly, which he completely messed up, but he made no mistake this time. Calm as you like, dinked the keeper, and pretty much that sealed a victory. And just on the likes of Podence, Guedes, Chiquinho, I thought had a decent game as well. I mentioned his chance earlier. The way Hwang played against Chelsea, I think one of those three could potentially start against Forest. Probably Podence, but with Guedes scoring too, maybe him. But he was obviously up front tonight. But I could see him playing out on the right instead of Hwang. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting decision for Gary O'Neill to make, because there was a few impressive performances tonight. We dominated the rest of the game, had a few changes. The likes of Doherty come on. Obviously, Lamina come on at half-time for Traore because he was injured. Yeah, that was it, really. We just saw it out. We had a few other chances. Podence had a good little chance where he put it onto his left foot, tried to dink the keeper, but it was a good save from the keeper. And we saw out the victory. And I think the highlights, obviously, Pedro Lima, as I mentioned, Guedes getting 2. Podence had a good game. Chiquinho had a good game. Tommy Doyle, I haven't mentioned him yet. Nice and solid in midfield. He's always reliable, Tommy Doyle. He'll probably be a little bit frustrated. He's had no luck in the Premier League yet, but he's a very reliable player and had a good season last season when called upon. So yeah, fantastic performance. Please comment your thoughts down below. Please like the video if you can, and if you could subscribe. I'm after 6,000 subscribers this season. That'd be really appreciated. Great morale boosting victory for the Wolves in the Cup, and let's hope we can take that on to Saturday against Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Cheers, everyone.